start out this vlog actually later in the morning. I've been up a little bit. We got snow last night in Philadelphia region. We have not had snow like more than 1 inch for 2 years. 2 years. And I love snow. When I worked at the school, I got more excited about a snow day than my kids did. So I made these chicken skewers. I don't know how they taste. I'll let you know tonight. I got the recipe off of Instagram and it looked so good. So I decided to pre-make them. I will leave the link below for the Instagram post that I saw, a reel. Then I decided to make my own granola, but it's not a granola with any grain. I had to use whatever I had here, and I didn't have all the ingredients I wanted. So we'll see. I don't know. I should taste it. It doesn't taste bad. I don't know if it's sweet enough. I used monk fruit. Try not to do sugar. I think I need to perfect that. I don't know if that would be good on yogurt. I'm going to try it for lunch today. I'm going to try the granola. It's not really granola. It's grain-free granola with some plain yogurt. And I put a little bit of fruit in here. That's not sweet enough. All right, I have some stevia in the raw. Let's add a little, oops. I'm not going to add the whole packet because that's a lot. Okay, that's much better. I don't like yogurt without something crunchy in it. It's a texture thing for me, and I need a crunch, and it's got to be somewhat sweet. I don't need it overly sweet, but something in it. And this is actually pretty good. So I've been sitting here working on my computer and watching the weather outside, and it's not looking so good. Doug just messaged me and said he is leaving work early because it's just kind of doing this rainy, yucky thing, but the temperature is just plummeting, so the roads are bad. Then Rachel texts me. She had a patient that she was supposed to see, and they've been messaging her and trying to see if she could reschedule because she's supposed to come at like 3:45, but it's a treatment where Rachel's to numb her face for 30 minutes and then do it, and the roads are just getting worse, and Rachel's got like a 40-ish minute drive every day, no highways. She's like, Mom, we messaged her, we're not sure what to do. The mom in me is saying, you leave right now. But also the worker in me is like, you need to be careful that you're not doing something you're not supposed to do. So she just texted me and said that they messaged her. They told her they're not going to be there. Like, everybody in her office is leaving because the roads are getting just so much worse. So she's gonna leave in like a half hour, a little less than a half hour. Doug has already left. So, okay. The mom in me is scared. I get worried. I just start praying. As soon as I know they're on the road, I just pray them home. I'll text my son in a little bit to see if he's home because he doesn't usually get home till about 3:30ish. So I just need to know everybody is in their safe place. So this is our bedroom right now. We have been painting. As you can see, we've got blue tape. We're about to get our carpet all torn up and changed. And that's happening in like a week and a half. So in the meantime, we're like, okay, we need to paint. So my future office is all painted. Everything's done in this. Well, this is Rachel's closet right now, actually, because her floor is looking like this as well. Most of my bedroom, Rachel's bedroom, is in this dining room right here. So it is crazy. Our life is in shambles right now. Okay, Doug just got home. So it makes me happy. Rachel's leaving in like 3 minutes. In the meantime, I cut up a whole bunch of broccoli and I'm going to roast it. The key to making good roasted vegetables is to make sure you have a flat surface on one of them. So it can't be looking like this on both sides, because this is the side that gets really crispy when you put it in the oven. I'm going to put olive oil all over this and seasoning, and then I'll roast it obviously later. Okay, I just tracked Rachel. Yes, I can track my 24-year-old daughter. She actually likes it. We've used it many times, twice, for accidents she was in. She can totally turn off it. It's not like we require it. We don't follow my son. He never wanted us to. But we feel better when she goes into Philadelphia a lot because her boyfriend lives in Philadelphia. And there are just many times that it's just put our mind at ease knowing she's safe, she got there, and this kind of thing when she's coming home. All that to say, because I know someone's going to go in the comments and go, you track your 24-year-old daughter? Really? She's just left a couple minutes ago. So, okay, the praying begins. Well, good morning. So today I am doing something new. I am going to a new Bible study. So we recently started going to a new church, not because of anything bad about my other church, just there's a whole bunch of reasons that I don't want to get into. And I thought I really need to get to know some people in the church. I know people because I used to work at a Christian school. I pretty much know somebody at almost every church in the area. I mean, not every church. Therefore, it's not like I don't know anybody. But I don't really know these people or the community of the church. And there's a lot of people I don't know. So I thought I have a flexible schedule and I would like to get to know some people. And I'd like to just dig deeper in the Bible. So I am joining a ladies' Bible study. I have no idea. Like, it could be a whole bunch of really older ladies. I don't know. I'm fine if it is that, I guess. I don't know. I'd like to get some people my own age, though I'm getting pretty old. So, but they're going through the Gospel of Mark. So if you don't know the Bible at all, that's the New Testament, and there's Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And the Gospels are just the good news of Jesus coming. I am excited, but I'm also apprehensive. I've said this many times, I have social anxiety. And so for me to do this by myself is a big deal. I'm not one to jump on doing one all by myself right away, but I just really feel like I want to know the people in this church. So I am looking forward to it, but I'm also apprehensive. It's very icy out. Like right now, the wind chill is, I think, 4 degrees. It's cold out. And for Pennsylvania, that's not norm. That's not we can get there, obviously. We can get there. But our norm is like in the 40s. So it's just very cold. And it's a bit icy. As you know, yesterday was the day I was worried about everybody getting home. And did I tell you Rachel obviously got home? Okay. I don't think I said that. Okay, here's the thing. Introducing myself is always just a weird thing because people always ask, what do you do? And it's fine. I'm not embarrassed in any way to say I'm a YouTuber. It's just that it causes everyone to go, you do what? What do you do? What's the name? And it just causes attention to me. And I just feel uncomfortable with that. I just don't want it to be this big thing. Like, oh, she's the YouTuber. I don't want to do that. It's weird to me. So I am hopefully just going to not answer that question. It's not right away. I just want to kind of the phone is going like this and I can't get it to stop. I'm going to wear a hat today because it's so cold. My hair, I just don't feel like dealing. It's blowing out. It's like, So I'm going to do real basic makeup and dress rather casual. It's very hard to do my makeup right now because, like I said, our entire bedroom is discombobulated. All my makeup is downstairs except for what I put in here. Okay, Rachel just left. Lord be with her as she travels. Do my eyebrows look relatively the same? No, of course not. So I'm trying to decide something. When I get my bedroom back, which is in a couple weeks, I'm going to have a studio. All my makeup and everything is going to go into that studio. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to do my own makeup in my bedroom? Or do I just want to go in there anytime I want to do makeup? You know what I mean? So I'm trying to decide, do I want to get a makeup table and have it be here in my bedroom? I think I'm going to feel like if I walk into my studio, I'm working. So I want to see what I want to do with that. Do I want to have a makeup table in here? And if so, I need to make one or get one, because the one I have, I'm going to be using in my studio, I think. And I would like one that's kind of pretty and streamlined and minimalistic looking, where everything is hidden. I don't want to have a whole bunch of stuff out on the makeup table itself. Like, I just don't like that look. It's messy, especially in our bedroom. I've dealt with that for the past 4 or 5 years, whatever I've been on YouTube. So I would really like to find out what I want to do. And then I got to figure out which one I want. That's the other thing about goings. And if they find out I'm a YouTuber, they always ask what it is, which of course I would too. But when I say that beauty and that I review beauty products is part of it, I always feel like they're looking at me like judging, is our makeup good? So what I usually try to do is go very minimal, especially when it's a daytime thing and just, it's not a big deal. I am sweating. I think our heat is on way too hot, and it's always so hot up here. I am going to be wearing a hat, so I don't feel like I need to go crazy with what I'm doing. All right, that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I just want very minimal. Okay, you guys can help me choose a hat to wear. Okay, number 1, Adidas. I'm going to be wearing this sweater. So, it's okay. Right? It's okay. There's more. Oh, believe me. There's this one. It's kind of like a wool. Here's the problem I have. I must have not a lot of space between here and here, because all hats make my ears stick out. Okay, wait, it does help to put my hair higher up. Now I have shorter hair now, so I've not done this. I don't know. I always feel like I look like a little girl. Wear it higher, and it kind of holds it up more. You know what I mean? But see, I don't know if this matches. This is more tan. This is more of a white background. Do you see the... No, I don't like this one. Hold on. And I have this one. It's like a Sherpa. Get my hair. This one I've actually never worn. And this one I kind of feel like Elmer Fudd. I'm not kidding you. I don't know, is that the right guy? Like, I just feel like the bill is too long. I feel like it's like, no, see, it's just too long. I wish I never bought this thing. I might be decluttering this one. And then we have this one, kind of the same color, but which is fine. Oh, my hair is getting all discombobulated. Oh, maybe this one's the winner to get it all situated. Okay, I kind of like that. And this one's, the bill's kind of long too. I feel like it's so, no, because it would need to be up here, no. Okay, 2 more. We have this one that is literally just tan. See, I don't think that goes. I don't think tan goes. This is not tan. I know it looks like it's not. It's more like of a white. This is my favorite one. I also love putting it on. It's from Lululemon. Clearly I wear makeup with it, but you don't see that. What I like about this one is I can get it on my head. Oh, my hair. Wait, we must fix the hair. I can undo this and latch it. Oh, I'm hot. Do I want to wear this one, or is it too white? Am I overthinking this? Absolutely I am, because they're not going to be looking at me saying, why did she wear that hat? Really? Oh my goodness. The audacity of her wearing that hat. They're not going to do that. I know, I'm overthinking it. This one's my favorite. I wear this one a lot because see how it's very narrow. It doesn't go to my ears, so I don't feel like my ears are sticking out. And I know I don't have big ears or sticking out ears or anything like that, but it makes me feel like I do. So I think this is it. I think this is the winner because I feel comfortable in this. And let's face it, I'm already in a situation that's a little bit uncomfortable, so I need to be comfortable. Yeah, you all chose a different one, didn't you? Okay. I can't believe I did this. I signed up for the evening Bible study, which I won't do. I already have a book club Bible study that I go to, and that's an evening one. And I have a hard time getting to that one half the time. I'm not a go out and be with people kind of person all the time. Like, I can't do that. So I'm so annoyed at myself. Now I'm staying home. Well, now I have makeup on. I should go somewhere. I don't need to go anywhere. I need to edit a video. So that's what I'm going to go do. Do you guys ever do this? Do you think you have it all figured out? Like, it's all done. You're like, this is what's happening. I'm going to go there. And then you realize you totally blew it. I forgot to tell you that last night's dinner was delicious. I will say that both Doug and Rachel said it was too garlicky. Rachel's like, Mom, it's making us have indigestion. My new air fryer worked amazing. Like, it worked so good. Everything was cooked all the way through. I think I could have pulled it out a little earlier. I think it was really good. We all felt like it needed something like rice with it or something, but I was trying not to do carbs. But I think it does need some kind of rice with it just to kind of break up the flavor. I had broccoli with it, but yeah, I think it needs some kind of rice. I need to empty this whole entire sink out because Doug is going to move it out of here. There is carpet under there, and they're going to be carpeting all in here. So, not looking forward to this, but it needs to get done. Okay, the top is all taken care of. Nice burn. Okay, now for this, which it's not a lot. I mean, and it's organized. It's just, now I got to take care of it. You know, it never looks like a lot till you get it all in one thing and you're like, wow, I have too much. But she's all empty. The only thing I didn't take out is this thing. I don't know if I'm going to need to, or he can do it when he undoes all the pipes. But she's empty and ready to be dismantled. Thankfully, I don't have to take this down because it's just the floor. So we're going to paint around it, but we need to paint all of this stuff as well. Now that I have, my cat is playing with the ball, so you're going to hear this bouncing thing periodically. I don't have the heart to take it away from her. Now that I've cleaned out my sink area, my husband will be very happy. I'm going to get dinner going. I am going to make one of my favorites, mini meatloaves. They're actually called little cheddar meatloaves. We keep all our recipes on Apple Notes. We scanned all our recipes and then we can share them all across our whole family. So it made it so much easier. Just a little simplification mode on recipes, because I don't like having it as a piece of paper anymore, and I don't have any like handwritten ones from my grandmother or something like that. This one is pretty high in sugar, so I've modified this recipe to be extremely low in carb. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do as I make it. I will put the recipe up here and you can screenshot it, and you might want to just make these modifications as I do it. If I think about it, I'll put it down below in the description as well, how I modified it. But you might want to take a picture so you have the original recipe anyway, so just screenshot this video. I already took 2 eggs and I put them together. I'm doubling this recipe. And so now I'm going to add the eggs to it. Oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to add milk to it and combine them. It's all right. It's not a big deal. I will do that in this. I'm doing, I think it's only 1 cup of milk. The reason why I lowered it is because this calls for quick cooking oats, which I'm not going to use. And I think they use so much milk because it soaks up into the quick cooking oats so much. So I'm not using those. So I actually lowered the amount because I'm doubling it. I used 1 cup. So I'm gonna just put that in with the onions and the milk. You're supposed to actually put those together, but it's all right. Because I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and just stir this before I add anything else in there. It calls for 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I had just Mexican style cheddar cheese already shredded. If you truly wanted to do like way low carbs, you should shred your own cheese, because they do add a potato starch usually to shredded cheeses so that they don't stick together and become one big clump in the bag. I'm not trying to be keto, I'm just trying to lower the carbs a bit. So that's why I don't care about that. So I'm gonna add the cheeses in here. Then it calls for a half a cup, but I'm doubling it, 1 cup of quick cooking oats. Now, again, I wanna lower the carbs. So I'm using a pork panko. This is fried pork rinds. This is 0 carb. That's why I'm not using so much milk. So I'm using just a little bit over a cup because it's a different consistency, but not a lot. It's just like a heaping cup of pork rinds. So put that in there. And it does add a little bit of flavor. 2 teaspoons of salt, and I'm just using a kosher salt. You could use regular salt, it doesn't really matter. I have 2 pounds of ground beef. Okay, the next thing you're gonna do is just mix this, and you could get in there with your hands if you wanted to. I'm not a huge fan of doing that just because the coldness hurts my hands. I have arthritis, so any coldness really hurts hands that are arthritis. So I just take a big wooden spoon and then just start mixing it all together until it's all well mixed. Okay, the next thing to do is to make your meatloaves. Take like about that much in my hand. Of course, I've washed my hands. And you're gonna kind of make them into a, I don't know, log, I guess you wanna say it. It's a loaf, but it's a little mini one. About the size of the palm of my hand. You can make them bigger, it doesn't matter, but you wanna make them relatively consistent. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my cookie sheet, and I have put aluminum foil down. You could use parchment paper, of course. Those are all put together. Now I'm going to make the sauce. It's a sauce that goes over top. This is where the sugary part really comes in. So it is 2/3 cup of ketchup. I personally think this makes too much sauce. Maybe the first time you make it the whole thing, because maybe you like it saucy. I don't. So this calls for 2/3 cup of ketchup. I am going to do 1 2/3 cup of ketchup. The ketchup I'm using is no sugar added ketchup. That's one way of getting much less carbs. Man, ketchup has a lot of carbs in it. So I'm gonna do like, I don't know, half of 2/3. What's half of 2/3? Mathematician, I am not. This is probably too much, but I also don't want to make it and not have enough. Okay, then it calls for a half cup of packed brown sugar. I'm gonna use golden monk fruit, much healthier than packed brown sugar. This is kind of play it by ear. I don't think monk fruit is as sweet as regular sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the full 1 cup of the monk fruit. So this is a half a cup. And then this is another half a cup. Okay, that's probably a little bit less. And then it calls for 1.5 teaspoons of prepared mustard. So I'm just using yellow, regular everyday mustard. So this is 1.5. I'm going to do 2, 3. It's kind of like you're making almost a barbecue sauce on top. Stir this all together. Now I've eaten this without any sauce on top, and I actually like them very much that way as well. So if you just don't want to deal with the sauce, just make the meatloaves as they are. But the sauce does add a little bit of tang to it, and I do like it. Okay, all mixed. Next thing to do is just spoon the sauce over the meatloaves. Just so you know, this is how much I have left over. So that's why I don't think you need as much, but I couldn't remember. I haven't made this recipe in a while. I really think you can actually divide the entire sauce in half, unless what you see here of what I did wouldn't be enough for you. Now this says to put it in a baking dish that's 13 by 9 by 2. I put it on a cookie sheet. That was just easier. I'm gonna bake it at 350 for about 45 minutes. You just want it not to be pink in the middle. So I'm not gonna bake these now because we're not having dinner for a couple hours, but at least they're ready and I can pop them in the oven. We'll have a vegetable on the side. Okay, we are having a very snowy day here in Pennsylvania. It is like 7:30 in the morning. Doug decided to stay home and work from home. He can do that periodically. So he's upstairs in our bedroom, our very disheveled bedroom. I'm sitting here with Mia watching outside and the fireplace going and snow falling beautifully. The only thing that makes this not so nice is Rachel's on her way to work. She's a medical esthetician if you're new around here. So she can't do what she's doing, obviously, at home. She just called me. I can, like I told you before, I can track her. So I knew she was kind of getting close, but she just called me and said it was really bad because all the schools closed. So they're not plowing or salting as fast as I think they should. So she only has one client coming in. She had another one coming in later today, but that canceled because of the weather. This person didn't cancel. And I just asked her, I'm like, what is it? She said, it's a toe fungus, because Rachel is also a laser technician, and lasers can kill toe fungus, if you didn't know that. It's very painful, I've heard. Anyways, a side note there. But I am sitting here having my morning devotions. If you don't know what that is, I'm a Christian and I try to have regular Bible reading and prayer time in the morning. Sometimes I do different things. Sometimes I just read just the Bible itself. And sometimes I'll go through a devotional. This year I decided to try a devotional, and it's called New Morning Mercies. It's by Paul David Tripp. He's a well-known Christian writer. He just does a devotional every day of the year. I mean, you can pick up wherever you start the book. When I was looking for a devotional, I was looking for one that didn't just give like one little verse and their thoughts. He does his first initial thought, and then he does a whole devotional. Then at the end of the devotional, he will give a Bible reference of different verses, like a chapter in the Bible or something that support what he just wrote about. So I usually go to that first and I read the Bible passage, and then I go and read the devotional. I try to do this daily. It just helps me to set my day focused on the Lord and not just the things that need to get done. And then just prayer time and just planning my day out afterwards. So that's what I try to do every morning. I usually do this up in my bedroom, but my husband's up there working. So I came down here in the living room, which is actually quite nice. It's very beautiful out. I love snow. I grew up outside of Chicago, so we had tons of snow there. On to my devotions.